Well met. This dagger, if used correctly, can extract thoughts and memories from a target, willing or otherwise. It is nearly out of power, and I've not found a way to replenish it. But it should have enough for one more use. The information broker Kavarl says the Eye of Odran is in the Claw Rift. So to the Claw Rift you must go. Find a denizen of that place which may have encountered this artifact, and use the Mind Bleeder to extract the information. Bring me the dagger holding the memory, and I will retrieve the information we need. Anything else? Well met. The dagger is veritably glowing with information, is it not? Perhaps too much? Perhaps enough to drive one mad, should one choose to press into their temple and allow the memories to flow over them, like this. Ah, and there we are. The Eye of Odran, which does seem to have driven our kobold friend quite mad, is far down the Claw Rift in the ruins of a fallen house, which, if my own memory serves, as it always does, would have to be House Obladra itself. A cursed place indeed. Anything else? So now we know where the artifact is. We must prepare, quickly, to retrieve it. It so happens an acquaintance of mine has recently arrived in Menzoberranzan, who may be able to assist with this. My longtime friend and ally has arrived in Menzoberranzan, and I fear he is more suitable to the task at hand than I am. Go meet Driz Doerden, the famous ranger. He will escort you to the bottom of the Claw Rift, to House Obladra itself, and will recover the Eye of Odran. Malik Doral is the weapons master of House Barrison de Larmgo. For centuries, that house, the second house of the city of true power, has favored such large, muscular drow as their weapons masters. Be wary, though. He is more intelligent, more cunning than you might expect. Glory! Only glory! He is a creature composed of pride, flesh, and bone. Perhaps a true believer in the ways of Loath, because that is his path of ascension. He revels in the coming storm, for he thinks himself unbeatable, and not without reason. Glory is there to be plucked. In a more immediate sense, it seems he is looking for a weapon with which to strike a decisive first blow. Not very much, I'm afraid. He is undead, that much is clear, and he is selling his knowledge to Malagdoral. Beyond that, I have no information, only suspicion. I believe Kvarl was once a noble of a great house of Menzoberranzan. If this is true, his name has been stricken from all records I have access to. I cannot say more at this time.
Well met. Is there something you need? Well met. I had not expected to find many peaceful moments here in Menzoberranzan, and the city has lived up to my expectations. We must prepare ourselves for the coming journey. The Claw Rift is a dangerous place, even by the standards of the Underdark. Anything else? Menzoberranzan is a prison. I am fortunate to have escaped. It is my hope that someday this place can be cast open, its citizens freed from their captor. But until then, I merely seek to help those who wish to escape. That which happens here will flow forth through the realms. The rumblings of conflict within the city have drawn much attention. I am here to do what good I can, while I am able, for as many people as possible. There are many rifts and chasms within the city, but none so deep and deadly as the Claw Rift. The tunnels of the lower Underdark empty into its depths, and creatures large and small crawl out. All sorts of horrible things, but mostly kobolds in honesty. The Drow have for centuries exploited the kobold clans that dwell among the cliffs of the Claw Rift, taking them as prisoners, as fodder for their armies, or merely for use as sport. Very rarely, when I was young, much of the Claw Rift was controlled by House Obladra, a mysterious and dangerous noble house of Menzoberranzan, feared by all. So there was no reason for me to go there. Now, in my return, I have no desire to be in the Claw Rift unless absolutely necessary. The battle lines have been drawn in stone because of the heresy of House Baneray on the surface, and Loth will respond strongly. It is possible she will come to Menzoberranzan herself, if she is not here already. I'm making my final preparations for the descent to House Obladra, and so should you. The Claw Rift is dangerous, growing more deadly the deeper you descend, and the ruins of the fallen house will be far down indeed. When you are ready, make your way into the Claw Rift. I will meet you there. Together, we will find this artifact, this weapon, before Malagdoral Armgol can seize it for himself. There is something strange about this place. An energy I felt before, but cannot place. Move swiftly, but with caution.
The interloper returns. Too bad you're going the wrong way. Perhaps you should try walking backwards. You'll arrive more quickly that way. Oh, you've come so far. Hurry! The large one is 16 steps ahead of you. Well done, well done. You found my eye, but unfortunately, your effort is wasted. The eye is, after all, my own. Even as I fall, your victory shall prove fleeting. You are feeble-minded, fool. The eye will destroy you completely.
Well met. Is there something you need? You did well in there. Only a truly strong mind could survive the onslaught of that place. And now we have this Eye of Odran, this weapon Malagdor sought. I know not what it is for, but I am glad it did not fall into his hands. Anything else? An artifact, it seems. It has a psionic power about it, which certainly makes sense given its location within House Obladra, a house known for its psionicists. I suppose it was one of their sources of power, though what it actually does, I cannot know. No, but Jarlaxle believes it can be useful, and I do not doubt him. I've no intention of wielding it, and I suggest you act with caution if you do try to use it. But I see no reason it needs to be destroyed. At least, not yet. Something about that place. The eye itself, perhaps. Or the extant psionic energy of the dead house. I know not which was reaching into our minds to pull out memories and wield them against us. You did well to keep your wits about you in such a place. She took the form of my wife, Catti Bree. But it was not her. Merely a shade of her. When she spoke not with Catti Bree's voice, but with the voice of another. With the voice of Lolth herself. I do not know. Perhaps it was a trick of the magic of the Eye of Odran. Or perhaps Lolth herself reached through the shade to address me. In the end, I do not see much difference. I must attend to other business, here in the city and elsewhere. You should take the Eye of Odran to Jarlaxle. The tensions simmering in Menzoberranzan have not erupted into war, yet. In no small part due to your actions. But the crisis is not yet over. Jarlaxle will continue to work to stave off open war, and, if you are willing, you should help him. Farewell, friend.
Well met. The Eye of Odran recovered at last. Well done indeed. There is more work to be done here in the city. Stay a while if you will. You've proven your worth many times over, and I could always find good use for one such as you. Anything else?